The Great Migration, also known as the Black Migration, was a migration of African Americans from the American South to the North. This migration of Black Americans was one of the largest in human history and a big part of American history, socially and economically. I personally don't really hear about the history of the Great Migration much during Black History Month, so today I wanted to talk about the diverse reasons behind this exodus coming from the mouths of the Black Southern migrants themselves. What up, African world? It's Home Team here, and welcome back to another video of African history, culture, and worldview. By supporting this channel on Patreon, you're helping in the creation of these videos and supporting this content. If you'd like access to full courses and sources, or you simply want to show your support, you may do so by clicking the Patreon link in the description box below. To begin, even though this video will be limited because scholars could not interview every single African American who moved north, I think we'll find that the diverse reasons cited all speak to the same issue. Today, we understand the Great Migration as a movement of Black Americans to the north because of racial and economic reasons, but these two things are tied together. For example, in this video, you'll see several reasons as to why Black Americans moved or desired to move north, but they all have the same undertone. The quotes we're going to be reading will cite economic reasons, racial reasons, family reasons, and some even possess some religious overtones. But all these reasons are connected ultimately to race. From 1911 to 1918, between 200,000 to 1 million African Americans moved north, and they continued to do so long after this period. The documents used for the research are from the Scott Collection of Letters in 1919, several other letters appearing in the Chicago Defender, and a few autobiographies. All in all, the study drew from 225 documents, most of which being letters from African Americans. I think there is tremendous value in studying these letters as it gives us just a small peek into their mindset. In the study, surprisingly, only 14% of African American migrants cited racial violence in the South as the primary reason for the move. I indeed wish very much to come north, since I am away from the lynchman's noose and the torchman's fire. To be honest, I was surprised to hear that percentage, but I think Sam Marullo of Tulane University made a good point as to why this percentage was so low. Racial violence in the South was so thick and prevalent, even normal, that it would almost be silly to cite it as a reason for leaving. In other words, it's obvious that racial violence was the foundation for the move, and so other reasons given would give it a fuller scope. Another reason for the low percentage, according to Professor Sam Marullo, may be because of the fear of retribution if the letters were to make the ear of the white populace. All of these are just theories, but good ones nonetheless. But most of the reasons for moving south had to do with economic conditions, according to the research. I am working hard in the South and can hardly earn a living. I have a wife and child and can hardly feed them. Now these laborers thus employed receive only 85 cents a day, and the high cost of living makes it a serious question to live. I work it 12 hours, therefore I would welcome 8 hours with pleasure. The worst place there is better than the best place here. The other reasons cited by African Americans during the Great Migration include relatives or friends encouraging them to come up for a better life, and also crop disasters or unbearable farming conditions. Religious values seem to be present in these letters as well. One of the most interesting aspects from some of the quotes of the letters was their dedication to advancing true American principles. They placed themselves in the narrative of a true democracy and hoped it would actually come to fruition. I want to come to the north where I can better my condition is as much as being assured some protection as a good citizen under the stars and stripes. This place prompts every man to long for liberty. The quote that really stuck out to me echoes the specific indignity Black men have faced on American soil since they arrived. I find it interesting that the North not only represented a sort of promised land for economic mobility, but a place where Black men can actually be a man. I am anxious to leave this part of the country and be where a Negro man can appreciate being a man. Though at times not a traditional function of Black History Month, the Great Migration is actually a big part of Black history, in my opinion. To discover the reasons for their departure in letter form, straight from their mouths, if you will, is a precious part of Black history. Though these reasons are diverse, in my opinion, there is an undercurrent that ties them all together. The American South clearly did not give people of African descent access to human citizenship because of race, and so a new beginning somewhere else became the dream. This isn't just a history of migration, but Black exploration. In the context of American history, every Black migrant traveling north was an explorer, because you never knew what kind of dangers you could be met with along your journey, and there existed no guarantee of social or economic security once you reach your destination. For the most part, all they took with them was a dream and a hope for something better. The Great Migration, in my eyes, is really a history about the spirit of exploration and courage amongst our people. Well, I'm all out, guys. If you like these videos and want to help in its continued production, consider supporting the home team on patreon.com. The link is in the description box below. Know thyself, remember your ancestors. Peace.